Hey guys, this is Sandy. I am your Airbnb real estate agent here in Central Florida. Today I wanted to do a topic on, I've been doing a lot of topics on Airbnb, how to stage them, how to buy them, that kind of things, how to automate them if you've been following my channel. But what I've never done a topic on is, so I have my Airbnb property and I kind of want to sell it. Now what do I do, right? So it's how do I choose an agent to sell my Airbnb property? Because if you're selling an Airbnb property or a short-term rental property, which if you've been following me, you know the correct term is a short-term rental property, but Airbnb has taken over the short-term rental market so much that if you say short-term rental, people are like, no, I don't want a short-term rental, I want an Airbnb, which is really the same thing, right? So if I have a property and it's doing good, but now I want to sell it. What would be some of the reasons why I want to sell it? Maybe I want to sell it because I want to buy another property, another short-term rental property in another area. Maybe I want to sell it because I want to buy a bigger one. Maybe I have a 4-bedroom and I want to have a 7 or 8-bedroom. Or maybe I just want to retire, cash out my investment and kind of like live on easy street, right? So there are several reasons why you'd want to sell your Airbnb. Hopefully it won't be because you're not making money, right? Because if you're not making money, give me a call and I'll go over with you what's going on, why you're not making with your Airbnb property. So let's say you want to sell your Airbnb or your short-term rental property. How do you choose an agent to do that? Because let's face it, not all real estate agent knows the whole Airbnb short-term rental market. Now, I'm a real estate agent that happen to know it because I actually do it and sell it all the time, right? So choosing an agent is going to be important because you want to make sure that that agent is experienced in the Airbnb space. Because let's face it, when you're selling your Airbnb home and an appraisal comes out to the property, they're going to appraise the property like a regular home. They're not going to appraise the property like you did all these fancy stuff and you have all this automation going on and you're making all this money from this property. They're not going to appraise it like that at all. So if you're going to be selling your Airbnb property, you're going to more likely want either another person that's going to be buying it to do the same thing and will appreciate all the upgrades you have made or all the money you're making on it, or even all the bookings that you're going to transfer to them once they buy it from you, right? So you're going to be looking for either a cash buyer or another investor. So that's why it's so important that you choose the correct agent, because a typical agent might come out and they're like, oh yeah, you have a 4-bedroom, 3-bath pool home. Okay, so the current price on the market now is, I don't know, $400,000. So I guess you could ask 400, right? You don't want that. Of course you want the 400, but you're gonna have added bonuses like, wait a minute though, this property is making me this much income, and I'm also gonna be able to transfer this many bookings to the new owner. So no, you can't sell my property for the regular appraised value. No, you gotta sell my property to another investor who's gonna be doing the same thing, or someone is gonna appreciate that all this stuff is already done, that I have all this automation going. They don't have to do most of the stuff I already have done for them. They don't have to go do it, because that's important to someone who wants to be an investor in the Airbnb space, right? So if you're buying a property that's already, let's say you're an Airbnb investor, you want to invest in short-term rental or Airbnb, and you want to buy a property that's already on the market doing some kind of income thing going on, right? So if you're going to buy one like that, you want to know, what's the income, what income is already being made on the property, how many bookings will be conveyed over to you once you purchase the property, and what kind of automation do they already have, what kind of furniture, is it being sold furnished? Obviously it would be. So what kind of furniture is there? Are they going to leave all the furniture? Are they taking anything out? What does their bedding look like? The linen, the towels, the utensils, the pots, the pans, the pool, the carpet, the floor. What does all of those things look like? Do you have to do any upgrades to those things, right? So if you're buying, that's what you'll be thinking. So if you're selling it, you're going to have to think the same thing too, because that's what the buyer is going to be thinking. You're going to have to think, what's the quality of my blankets, my sheets, my comforters, my towels, linens, my kitchen utensils. By the way, guys, you should be checking your kitchen utensils every 2 to 3 months and replacing them accordingly, right? Because sometimes the spatulas get melted, the spoon is twisted, the angles are coming off, the knife isn't as sharp anymore. So those are some of the things you want to pay attention to. So when you're going to sell your Airbnb property and you're choosing an agent, you want the agent to come in and to go over with you the entire inventory in the property, the location of the property, What are you selling in there? What is it going to be? Why would another investor want to buy this property from you? What makes it stand out different from everything else, every other Airbnb in that particular location, right? So those are some of the things that you want to look into. So if you have any questions on this, do give us a call, 407-791-4713. If you're looking to sell your Airbnb, even if you're not in the Orlando, Central Florida area where we are, but you want to get some pointers on how do I set it up how do I choose the agent, right? How do I choose the agent? How do I know if the agent have experience in this space? Will the agents be able to answer the questions that the buyers are going to have if they're thinking of buying it to continue doing what I'm doing? Do they understand the income and expenses associated with this Airbnb? Do they understand the bookings that will be conveyed? And are they going to be able to actually speak to the potential buyer the way you'd want the potential buyer to be spoken to understand what's been going on with your Airbnb, right? So there's a few questions that you need to ask. So send us an email, give us a call. If you have any questions on this, we could actually send you a booklet that we have set up for this information. And if you're in the Central Florida area, obviously you're thinking of selling, obviously you're going to use us. We also have a network of agents, right? So we have different network of agents across the US. So if you are not in our area in Central Florida, but you are doing Airbnb and you're thinking of selling one and you're trying to get an agent that understands one, we may have someone in our network that will be able to work with you to help you to choose an agent that will represent you correctly. And you definitely want that, because you just don't want to call any agent that just do residential, sales, because this is a little bit beyond residential, wouldn't you say? All right. So thank you so much for listening. I'll catch you on the next video, guys.